Well, hello, everybody. My name is Mandy Odgen, Independent Sales Director. I am so excited to be on here for our 29 Days of Love, and I can't wait to share a little bit with all of you about my Mary Kay journey. I am 24 years old currently, but I did start my Mary Kay business when I was 20 years old. I was a full-time college student and waitress, so I was super busy when I first said yes to Mary Kay. And I thought, how in the world can I add something else into my busy, crazy life? Can anybody else say that they feel the same way? But you know what? I am so glad that I said yes to Mary Kay at the busiest time of my life. And you know, it was months before the pandemic happened. And so I loved the discount and I loved the product, but there was something in me that I knew I wanted to do more with my Mary Kay business. And so when the pandemic came around, we all shifted to virtual, right? And I started sending out pampering packages to women all over the US, and I just fell in love with pampering women. I became very passionate about it, and I thought to myself, maybe this is something that I could consider to make some extra cash while I'm in college. And my college sweetheart that I met, my fiance now, I started to tell him, I really love this Mary Kay thing. And I had fun doing it. And, and he really believed in me and thought, if you love it, keep on doing it. So I did. And then months later, we found out that we were expecting our first baby boy. His name is Cohen. He is now 2. But at the time, it was very scary. We were young. We were 22 years old. We were both in college. He was pursuing his civil engineer degree, and I was pursuing my exercise science degree. And I thought, how in the world can I add a baby to the mix of all of this? And so I made the decision to step away and take a break from college. And no better time than that to really jump into Mary Kay. So I called up my national sales director, Laura McKeever. I said, you know what? I think I want to work Mary Kay a little bit more, because at the time I was just doing it on the side. I loved the discount. And she said, okay. And I said, we have a baby on the way. I think it would be awesome to be home with him so that I never miss anything. When he's sick, I can be there. For all of his appointments, I can be there. And so I told her I would love to earn a car. So we started tracking my first car as a consultant, the Malibu. And I always sat back and watched women earn cars in this company. I've known Laura since I was 16. So I was always so inspired by her and, seeing the pink Cadillac. And I thought that could never be me. So when we started tracking the car, I'm like, okay, we'll see if this works, right? Well, I had my son on 2/22/22, and a couple months later, we earned our first ever car, the Chevy Malibu. And I told her, once my baby was in my arms, I said, you know what? He's my why. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I did make the decision not to go back to college. I did have 4 years under my belt, but I felt that God put this business in my life for a reason. And so I said, what's the next step? What can I do next to be able to make this full time and be home with him? And she said, become a sales director. And at the time, I wasn't really sure what that meant, but I knew that the sales directors were leaders in the company, and it was a pretty big deal. And I said, okay, how do I do that? And she said, I'll help you. So we got together. She coached me through it all, how to become a sales director. And I said, that's where I want to be. That's where I need to be in this company. So in December, we debuted and became a unit, the all unit, and last December, so December 2023. And I had just had Cohen. He was almost 1 at that time, or just turned 1. Yeah. And so I was like, wow. What if I could have done this sooner, right? All of the what ifs came hitting me. And I said to myself, why didn't I do this sooner? Because this is where I belong. And you know what it was? I wasn't passing this opportunity on. I wasn't sharing with many women at all. And you know why? Because I would always prejudge. And I always thought, oh, she has it together. She probably doesn't need Mary Kay. She works a full-time job. She doesn't have time. her skin is amazing. She would never use another product, right? All of these things that the enemy's trying to attack us, right? And so I said, from now on, it is my job to always share this opportunity with everyone I come across, because you never know who needs to hear it, right? So I am currently 8.5 months pregnant. I'm not sure if you can tell, with our second baby boy. And I will tell you, my fiance and I have talked and talked and talked, and we know that we want our boys to grow up pink. We love it. The Cadillac is on our tracking list. We're tracking it currently right now. And we just know this is where I'm supposed to be so I can be here and raise my babies. And so I constantly am passing this opportunity on. I remember when I was going on Target for my Malibu, I said to Laura, how do I earn this car? And she said, you must share the opportunity with everybody. Of course, see the faces and then share the opportunity. And she knew that I always prejudged. And I said, well, who do I ask? And she said, anybody and everybody. Start with the biggest supporters in your life. So I literally asked my family, my close friends, my clients, just to listen to the opportunity, because I was in a challenge. I was really striving to earn my car, and I needed so many women to just listen to the opportunity. I don't care if you ever say yes to Mary Kay, I just would love to borrow your ears. And of course, many, many women said yes to help me, because they knew my goal was to earn my car. So I challenge all of you to please share your goals. When you have big goals in Mary Kay, don't be afraid to share them with everybody around you, because I promise you most of them will be willing to help. So I made a list of everybody and anybody, and I sent out messages. I did voice messages, I did phone calls, and we would meet for coffee and Zoom. And all of a sudden, I was building my team and working up to earn my car. And I will tell you, it was women that I never thought would say yes to Mary Kay, but they did. And regardless if it was just for the discount, or maybe because they fell in love with the sisterhood or the extra cash, whatever it may be, they fell in love with the opportunity, right? And ever since then, I couldn't stop passing it on. You never know when you walk past somebody at a Panera Bread or a local coffee shop, and they're with their newborn or their toddler, and they may look like they have it together, but they're craving an opportunity like Mary Kay. And so I want all of you to just write down 5 women. Could be your coworker, your mom, your aunt, your sister, your best friend. And just ask her if she would be willing to listen and help you with part of your training, because I believe she will help you. And words matter. It's all about words, right? And how you ask them. So I want you to pass it on, like Mary Kay Ash always said, pass it on. For February, this is the month of love, right? The month of love. So make sure you share this opportunity like Mary Kay Ash would want us to do. And I know that you will achieve all of your goals and your dreams.